Yeah. We're gonna start by making a curry paste to marinate our meat in. So for that you're gonna need some garlic paste, some turmeric powder, some garam masala, chili powder. I like it hot, so I'm gonna be popping that in. Some jeera powder, which is coriander. Cumin. It's not coriander, it's cumin. And then my favorite tandoori masala. Now, all of these were given to me by a really nice lady who runs a vegetarian South Indian restaurant in Rivonia. Shout out to the names up there. Yeah, there's the name. Go check them out in Rivonia. Very, very cool people. I'm just gonna talk like this right now because the cameraman's sleeping. And then to add to the mix, we've got 70 grams of tomato paste. I think that's how you say it, tomato paste. 3 really big cloves of garlic. And this, you're not gonna have this at home, but this is my table brine that I made. I just fermented chilies for about 3 weeks in this, and this is the brine that came off of that. It's not really that spicy, but it's good to add a little bit of saltiness. And then last but not least, some olive oil. So we're gonna mix this all together now. So we're gonna start by pressing down on the garlic. The reason why we do this is to release something called allicin. Now allicin is what gives garlic its flavor and its smell. And also by crushing it, the little skin comes off much easier. So we're going to finally chop this. We're going to move this over into the mixing bowl. Now we're going to add a little bit of our Sean's table brine. If you don't have this, then just substitute it with like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt mixed into like 2 teaspoons of vinegar mixed into lukewarm water, I guess. And the reason why it's this color is because of the chili. I used habanero and African bird's eye and cayenne pepper. This is really hurting my back, but it's okay, all for them views. And then into that we're gonna go with the tomato paste. Going in with like a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of the jeera or cumin powder. We're going in with a teaspoon of everything. Just with these, the teaspoon of tandoori masala, and the chili powder, less, small, whatever you like. It's starting to smell pretty good, which is why we all love Indian food so much. South, north, whatever, just give us Indian food. That was the one that I can't pronounce, the garam masala, I don't know, whatever. All I know is it's going to be good in the end. We got our ginger paste, which is our saving grace, going with like 1/2 teaspoon. Don't want to add too much of that, otherwise you'll, I don't know, something will happen. Going in with a little bit of olive oil just for good measure. Now the meat that you're the meat you're supposed to be using is mutton, because you know it adds so much flavor, and you need mutton on the bone as well. But it being January and me being a writer of trade, I have about this much money. So we're going to improvise, commit sacrilege. We're going in with some beef strips. Now, don't use this. I'm just using this for referential purposes. So use about like 1/2 kg of, 1/2 kilogram of mutton. Meat on the bone, because we're going into the slow cooker with this in a bit. But now, this is where it gets a bit messy. Just don't be afraid to get messy, you know. That's what makes cooking so beautiful, is to stick your hands in the process. So just make sure this covers everything, and we're gonna let this marinate for about an hour, covered in cling wrap somewhere, while we get to work on the rest of the stuff. Hug, hug, hug. while the meat is marinating in our paste, we're gonna go on with the rest. We're gonna create the rest of the stew now. To that we're gonna add 1 cube of meat stock, mutton preferably. So we're going in that. And to that we're adding half a teaspoon of salt and 500 milliliters of boiling water. All of the ingredients together are going to sit in the slow cooker on low for about 8 to 10 hours. The longer the better, I guess. So this goes into the slow cooker, and then we're going to up the veggies. Now to add a bit of a thickness to the... It smells like panado syrup. Okay, anyway. So to add a bit of thickness to our stew, which is going to aid in the end when we pop it into the bread to create our bunny chow. We're going to add about we're going to make a corn flour paste by 3 heaped teaspoons of corn flour. It's going off track, you know, traditional Indian, whatever, man. And to that we're going to add about 100 milliliters of cold water. It needs to be cold water, otherwise it's going to clump up and not dissolve. This is not going to make it super thick, it's just going to add a bit of it to it. It's going to make it a bit more stable. Oh my gosh, I can already see all the dislikes and the hate comments on this one. White guy fucks up curry. Nah, it's inevitable. Whatever. Where's your curry video, huh? Exactly. So that corn flour goes into the sure. Almost there. So the corn flour mixture goes into the slow cooker with the stock as well. We're gonna take 2 medium-sized, well-washed potatoes. We're not going to remove the skin. Don't do that. We're going to cut these into 1/8. And these go into the slow cooker. What I suggest is that you go overboard with the veggies. But like I said earlier, it is January, so even things like carrots are a luxury. I enjoy carrots in a stew, so we're going to cut up a couple of these. Here's a quick life hack for you. How to remove frozen peas without even trying. We're going in with about 2 cups of peas, frozen peas, into the thing. So it's about an hour later that the meat's been marinating, the slow cooker's been warming up, so now we're going to add the meat to the slow cooker and go binge watch something on Netflix. Today I'll be watching comedians in cars getting coffee and Stranger Things Season 2 because I'm way behind, even though I went to the media launch of that. Interesting. Let's go.